What's up, everybody? Good late afternoon slash early evening for some of you guys. The Seahawks still doing some work, still getting things just right before the training camp portion of the offseason starts. And we've got some updates from the last several hours, and one update actually from yesterday. So, just gonna comb over it real quick. A lot of this stuff is probably not of consequence, but worth noting, and some of it is at the very least a little bit notable. So, first, let's start with a few releases that the Seahawks made earlier today. They have released three players. Two of them are players that were unlikely to make the team anyway. James Campbell and Isaiah Dunn, a couple defensive backs. They are both out of here. Not surprising. However, there was one surprise in this group. Alton Robinson, edge rusher, is now out as well. Alton Robinson was a guy who I thought was going to make the 53-man, and if not that, at least make the practice squad. But this indicates he may not do either because we're letting him go at this point. It's still possible he makes the practice squad in a month or so, but for the moment, he is being let go, and we're opening up 3 roster spots in that fashion. So, Alton Robinson was a very useful impact rookie back in 2020. He had like 5 sacks that year. He played well. And I remember very clearly 2021, week 2, he got a sack on Ryan Tannehill, forced a fumble that gave the Seahawks an easy touchdown. And that was basically the last time Alton Robinson made any kind of impact as a Seahawk. It has been that long, basically 2 full seasons worth of games. He kind of floated around out there for the remainder of 2021, didn't really make much of an impact. And then last year he was hurt, didn't play, and now we're just letting him go. So that is kind of a disappointment because there was a time when Alton Robinson actually looked like he was going to have some value. But at this point, he was probably our 5th string edge rusher anyway. And I guess we like Tyrique a little bit better. Tyrique Smith, he now becomes your 5th edge, and it increases his chance of making the team in some capacity. So, Alton Robinson, happy trails. It was a fun couple of years with you. Well, I mean, really, it was a fun 1 year with you, I guess. But he had his moments. He had his moments, and the injuries just kind of caught up to him. So, see you later, Alton. Hope you had fun, and hope you get better, and hope you get back in this league at some point. Seems like he's still working through some injury stuff. So, those 3 guys are gone. James Campbell, Isaiah Dunn, Alton Robinson. We did make a couple of moves to help fill out the open roster spots. Andrew Whitaker, a defensive back, has been signed. He was somebody who participated in the rookie camp. We also brought in Roderick Perry, and we also brought in Levi Bell, who was a USFL Panthers player last year. I think they're the Michigan Panthers. He was actually really good in the USFL, had a really high pressure rate, was one of the best defensive ends in the USFL last year. But again, he's got long odds to make the roster. However, he's going to get a shot here. So that's 3 out, 3 in, basically. And not really a ton to say about it other than Alton. Sorry that things couldn't work out a little bit better. But he obviously basically hasn't made an impact play on this team in, you could say, 2 years. It's been basically 2 full years. So that's the roster churn stuff. We're just getting everything into proper position for training camp tomorrow. And one other thing that came across the desk yesterday was the state of a former Seahawk, Tyler Ott. It looks like the Ravens are going to be picking up long snapper, former Pro Bowl snapper, long snapper, Tyler Ott. So Ott has been in this league for a while. He had proven to be a very good long snapper with the Seahawks. It looks like he's going somewhere else. So at this point, the Seahawks are basically at a crossroads between the veteran, Carson Tinker, and the highly touted rookie, Chris Stoll. So we can save a little bit of money going with the Chris Stoll, but then you're taking a risk. Carson Tinker, not as much of a risk because he was here all of last year and he did totally fine. So it's money versus security, I guess. So we'll see which way they go, but Tyler Ott is no longer an option. I didn't really expect him to be back, honestly, because he missed the entirety of 2022 with an injury, and we didn't really miss him. And he was going to cost more money than a guy like a Chris Stoll by a pretty significant amount. And right now, well, maybe not so much now, but we are kind of trying to find ways to save money at these positions so we can afford maybe to go make a splash or two. I'll talk more about that later. But, yep, Tyler Ott off the market. Have fun in Baltimore. And that's the roster churn news. Obviously, some bigger and more interesting things coming soon. But that is the latest from the Seahawks world. See you guys later.